Welcome to another edition of Straight A Student of the Month. Joining me today is Molly Muir. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. First thing I want to start off talking about is this snow. Because, no, tell me, what is that face? What does that face mean?
It's a balance between happiness and sadness because driving has been so hard lately.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing around the snowbanks.
Yeah.
So difficult.
And, okay, something that has been really frustrating me is that people just sort of, like, come out into the road. Like, because you can't see anything. But the reason I ask is because you must have a love-hate relationship because you also ski.
I do ski.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, like, kind of perfect in one sense.
In a way. The problem with new snow is you can't ski on it immediately. I Nordic ski, which is cross-country skiing.
Right.
So it has to be packed down before you can actually go out. So a snowstorm is good, but too much snow is bad.
Cool. I've never been skiing.
Really?
But I've been water skiing. I imagine it's like the same thing.
No?
No?
Not at all.
It's both H2O.
Different forms.
Different forms. So you're the captain of the skiing team, right?
I am.
That's cool.
Yes.
And also the captain of the field hockey team.
For next year.
For next year.
Yes.
Cool. Wow. I thought about trying out for field hockey when I was in high school, but I just imagine you guys get your ankles whacked a lot.
Also the skirts.
Also, well,
how would you feel about
that was my
a skirt?
That was my second objection. Maybe it would have been a kilt. A kilt for a guy. I don't even know if that's a Scottish accent, but anyways, so yeah, field hockey. Did you play this year?
I did.
And then you're gonna captain for next
Yes.
year. So what I want to ask you is, you do a lot of extracurricular stuff. How do you fit all of that in? I mean, 2 sports, among other things. How do you fit all this stuff in while, maintaining your grades and putting your work in your classes and stuff?
Time management and organization are major because it's really hard to fit all of that in. So I've set homework times. I have times when I have to take a break just so I don't lose my mind.
Yeah.
Yes. And I also make sure I get enough sleep every night because you're just not going to function correctly and achieve anything if you're not getting enough sleep.
Very good point. I would also advise, don't fool yourself into thinking you can have Netflix going while you're studying.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. Yeah. Do you have like a show that you watch on Netflix? Like, let's say you're giving yourself a break.
Currently, I am in Parks and Rec.
Ah, so good. Nice. So I really enjoy reading, and I understand you really enjoy reading as well. Were you always a reader, or is that?
Definitely.
Yeah.
My mom used to come into my room at night, especially when we first moved to Bedford, and I was more focused on reading because I hadn't expanded socially yet. And she would come in at 1 a.m. and I would just be there with my flashlight under the covers reading. And I would hear, "Molly, not again."
Well, what were some of your favorites as a kid?
Harry Potter was my favorite.
Oh,
very
okay.
cliche, but
Yep.
very good.
Hey, that's, everybody does it. I've never read the books, never seen the movies. I know. I saw the last 40 minutes of the last movie.
You're doing it
And I was
wrong.
like, you know what? I think I get it. The
can't
good
get
guy
it.
wins, okay? We got it. Spoilers. So, okay, what is something you're reading right now?
I just finished the Dante Club.
Wow. Awesome.
Fantastic. 1850s Boston.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you're telling me that you feel like you're a science-oriented person. I'm wondering what your favorite class is, and I feel like we're probably going to have very different opinions on this one.
Chemistry.
Chemistry. Oh, no. Nothing against Mrs. Riley when I was at BHS, but
Still there.
she's still there. She was great. I like her a lot, but it's not the class for me. I'm like intrigued. What about chemistry do you like?
I love understanding, especially the world around you. I think I just feel fulfilled.
Yeah, that's so deep.
It's not supposed
now,
to be deep.
now I feel like I should have. I just love understanding things. My favorite class was probably creative writing, but I don't know. Yeah, just very different sides of the coin. But yeah, that's cool because you're figuring stuff out about, like you said, about the world around you, like what makes things work, etc. And are you in that class right now?
I am.
Cool. And who's your professor or teacher?
I have Mr. Bernard this year. This is my second year of chemistry.
Oh, wow. 2 years?
2 years.
Wow. So nice you did it twice. I remember there being a lot of math in chemistry. And that's up your alley?
Yes. I think because there's one answer. So you can't be kind of gray, right and wrong. You are right or wrong.
Wow. Yeah, that's funny. I'm so in the opposite boat because I'd rather give an answer and then try to justify why it's right. You can't do that with math. But so we were just talking about math. This is where you and I have a pretty big philosophical difference here. I think math, well, okay, it's probably necessary, but I don't like it. I don't like it. And I haven't done math since junior year of high school. And you have Mr. Sarsfield right now?
Yes.
For?
Pre-calc.
Pre-calc. I also had Mr. Sarsfield. How's it going, Mr. Sarsfield? You have to tell him to show you guys his puppets. He did, I think he minored in puppetry in college.
I have not heard that
That's
yet.
incredible. He's such a great guy. I will admit I spaced out sometimes in his class, but he always found ways to keep me interested and help me pass those classes. Sometimes he'd tape a football. He'd tape like a piece of paper to a football and beam it at me in the middle of class, so I had to be on my toes. But yeah, make him show you his puppet stuff.
I'll ask him tomorrow.
So you're into math and science, and you love the outdoors as well. And I that's kind of cool that you like understanding the world around you, and you also love exploring the world around you. So you were going to tell a story about hiking and things of that nature, being outdoors, which I can relate a lot more to. So there was like an incident that happened.
Yes. A couple summers ago, every summer my family goes to Canada and we explore the Great Lakes and go on these day-long trips. And one day we decided to go, and first we took a boat to a docking place, and then we kayaked from there for about 4 hours, and then we hiked, and then we kayaked some more. So we had to carry our kayaks with us while we hiked. And we got to our lunch spot, and we enjoyed a picnic, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this huge thunderstorm rolled in.
Ooh.
And we thought, 8 hours to get back. It should be interesting in the middle of this huge thunderstorm. So we started heading back, and we couldn't see anything.
You did. You started heading back, even with the thunderstorm.
Yes.
I would have just dug a hole and sat in it, yeah.
That probably would have been a better choice.
But so you started kayaking back.
We actually tied our kayaks together so we didn't lose each other. And then
Very
we
smart.
just carried them through the mud, and we were surprised we made it back. We were lost for hours.
Yeah, that was a long day of getting all the way back. You guys must have been soaked. And what time of year was this? Like, was it cold?
It was summer, luckily.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Wow, harrowing tales of, let's say you had got stranded on an island, and you had to pick one book to have with you. Yeah.
That's a hard one.
I know, because it's like, it's a book that you'd want to be able to read over and over again.
That's always
different.
different.
You get 2 books. It was a you are generously stranded on an island. You get 2 books. Don't just pick a long one so you can use it for like firewood.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can pick one of the Harry Potter ones. Let's have you pick your favorite Harry Potter book.
The 5th.
Which is?
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Ooh. I don't know anything about that one, but it sounds very interesting. So, yeah. You could have picked like a survival how-to guide or something like that. No. You figure it out. You already do outdoorsy stuff. I feel like you're pretty experienced by now. And you're going to Iceland. You're going to Iceland tomorrow. And I'm actually really upset about this. You said that it's warmer in Iceland right now than it is here.
It is.
The name of the country is Iceland, and it's warmer than New England. That is so frustrating to me. But you must be really excited.
I am. We are going to hike a lot, hopefully see the northern lights, and my goal for the trip is to see a puffin.
So are they just walking around and you want to find one?
There's millions of them in Iceland. Although
it's pretty good odds.
They've migrated away for the winter, so we're hoping there's some dumb puffins. Just still there.
So you're hoping to find like one of the reject puffins. All the other puffins were like, "No, Gary, whatever his name is, you stay here, hold down the fort." That's so funny. You could bring him back here, and then he'd be freezing because it's colder here.
That's true.
Than Iceland. Ugh, I'm not gonna let that go. Wow. Yeah. So, Northern Lights, puffins. That's gonna be amazing. And you leave tomorrow.
Yes.
Is that what kind of flight is that over to?
5 hours.
Really?
It's direct.
Direct flight. That's awesome. Wow. If my geography is correct, Iceland is somewhere next to Greenland. Yeah, that's right. I didn't get math right, but I know that. So you're going with your family?
Yes.
And wow, how many other places outside of the country have you gone? Hiking, exploring, etc.?
Outside of the country, limited, but in the country we go to a national park every year.
Right.
So I've been everywhere from Alaska to Hawaii to Montana. My favorite was probably Arches in Utah.
Oh, yeah? Why?
It was just so beautiful. All the natural formations that just, it's surprising that they're natural.
Yeah, yeah.
It's breathtaking when you're there, especially in the morning when the sun rises and hits the rock perfectly.
Wow, that sounds beautiful. Do you do any rock climbing? Have you done any?
No.
No.
I took rock climbing at the YMCA for a couple of years, but you can't get much more advanced than that, obviously.
Yeah.
Unless you want to take it to the outdoors.
Right. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of rock climbing recently just because I plan to compete in American Ninja Warrior. Look for me 2016.
I love that show.
Yeah, I love that show. My younger brother and I have already mapped out our training for American Ninja Warrior. So if you watch that show, hopefully you will see us. It's so funny. Finally, we found something we're both interested in. American Ninja Warrior.
We knew we would get there.
Yeah. Took a little while. No, I like giving you a hard time about the math and science and stuff, but I really enjoyed school, all of my classes, even my least favorite classes. And one of my teachers, Mr. Kegler, he always said what you put into it is what you get out of it. And it seems like you've been able to invest yourself really well in your classes. And if I'm not mistaken, on your PSATs you did very well.
I did.
Right? You scored in the 99th percentile. Actually, as did our last student of the month. Seems like everyone and their mother, except this guy, scored in the 99th percentile. Actually, my brother Daniel did too, so great. Now I feel like Gary. I feel like I'm the puffin. I'm the one that got left behind. Hey, Gary, you got a 96.7, one of those two? I did all right, okay? But anyways, that's really impressive. And you studied at Straight A Academy?
I did.
Is that correct?
I would like to say I don't think I could have hit the 99th percentile without the help of Mr. A.
Wow. And yeah, and that is going to pay off. You did the Straight A method, where you did some training before you even took the PSATs. Awesome. So, Molly, you do a lot of different things from athletics and your academics, but you also, I understand, volunteer with a few different things. You're part of NHS, and you said you do peer tutoring for them, and you also do tutoring at Peter Woodbury?
Yes. During the summer, I work as a volunteer counselor at Camp Invention, which back in 7th grade, my science teacher said, I think it would be great if you could just spend a week each summer working with the elementary school kids and just helping them develop a love for science. So that's something I've kept up with.
So again, it's science.
Yes.
I actually did, through Straight A, a lot of tutoring myself. It's usually with English and things like that. And Straight A is always trying to help provide tutoring for disadvantaged students who wouldn't necessarily be able to get that otherwise. Maybe that's something you'd be interested in doing with Straight A Nation at some point.
That would be great.
All right. It looks like it's time for us to move into our speed round. You seem a little nervous?
A little bit.
I totally understand. I would be if I were you. You have to get it right, and it has to be fast. Okay?
No pressure.
It's both of those things. So let's start off with, what's your least favorite color?
Black.
Artichokes or bananas?
Bananas.
What's 8 times 3?
24.
How tall is Kilimanjaro?
10,963 feet.
How tall are you?
5'5".
I'm taller than you. It's not a question.
It's a statement.
It's a statement. What is your favorite color?
Orange.
What's your favorite number?
7.
Why?
It's my birthday, March 7th.
Oh. So why isn't 3 your favorite number? Because of the month, March.
7's better than 3.
How far can you throw a big rock?
Define big.
How far can you throw a small rock?
Define small.
I'll be asking the questions here. 2 roads diverge in a wood. Which one do you take?
The one less traveled.
Incorrect. Always the left one. What is the name of Marlin's son in the movie Finding Nemo?
Nemo. Oh my gosh, I almost overthought that one.
Who's your favorite actor?
Robert Downey Jr.
Nice. Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Do you like the shirt?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. It's really the only reason we actually had you here today. We're trying. No, I'm sorry. I'm joking. I just am desperate for approval, and thank you. No, thank you for being a great sport. And yeah, this has been Molly Muir. And don't forget to check out straightanation.org to nominate our Student of the Month for our April show. See you guys later.